Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Matt Johnson. We're back with another episode of Real Estate Uncensored. Thanks so much for joining us. And while we wait for a few people to watch us behind the scenes film on Google Hangouts, we want to thank you so much for doing that. And then if you're watching this replay on YouTube, go ahead and hit subscribe. That way you get all of our future episodes. And then if you want the audio version just nestled right here between your ears, head on over to iTunes and Stitcher and subscribe there. We have a very interesting show on tap. We're talking about live streaming video and social media trends for real estate and how that applies to you as a solo agent or team and what you can do about it. And then we've got lots and lots to talk about because we didn't get any banter time because of our very special interview with Jay Salmon on Monday, in which we pitched our best ideas, and Greg, in a massive upset, won the trophy.
Dude. I took
won
the dude.
trophy. Once again, the junior grandmaster himself in the co-pilot seat, Greg McDaniel. Greg, what is up today?
Matt, what's going on? You and I finally get to banter and do our the best part of the entire show, just bullshit together. Talk about horribly inappropriate things off of air. Giggle and laugh. Me try to get you to screw up right on the intro. And one of these days, I'm going to get you to be like, Greg, shut the... And we're live. Hi, welcome back. This is Matt Johnson. And one of these days, this will happen. This will happen, I promise you. But what an amazing couple of days, dude. I feel so blessed, and like I said before, I want to thank the Academy for my award of the dude. This has been a lifelong goal for me, and I couldn't have done it without them and my loving family. And dear God, I want to shoot up to God as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm going to cherish it and really, really have a good time putting that on my mantle and be able to explain to people when they come into my mahogany offices in my 20,000 square foot mansion. Of course.
That's right. With your
That's where the dude goes.
That's
yes,
right. So if anybody has no idea what we're talking about, go back and listen to Monday's episode, which is the billion dollar business ideas with Jay Salmon, the live pitch session, and listen to about 40 minutes in when Greg gives a rousing standing ovation drawing pitch for something called fragrant filters.
Which
I
one,
wanted
bitches?
to shoot myself in the head when Jay gave you the award for the best pitch of the day.
You're just butthurt because you lost.
That's right. Oh, you better believe it. Okay, so we're before we get into too much stuff, there's a couple things to talk about, and let's take a quick question from the Facebook lead gen scripts and objections group here, just to get the juices flowing. What do you say, Greg?
Yeah, man, let's do this. Education, press go.
That's right. So Andrea Jackson asks, does anyone do cold calling on Sundays? I want to take a stab at it, make up for the days I'm missing this week. If so, any success, and what kind of response do you get when you call?
Okay, so yes. What was her name?
Andrea.
Andrea. Sorry, Andrea. Andrea, great question. You know what? Sundays, you have to be careful on Sundays. Okay, think of yourself, you, your husband, your kids, your boyfriend, whatever family arrangement you got going on over there. But typically, people do not want to get disturbed on Sunday mornings. So if you are going to do calls or doors or anything on Sundays, do them on Sunday afternoons between 1 and 4. Now, there's a real reason why you're going to do that. The general public is conditioned psychologically that on Sunday afternoons, there are two very acceptable conversation topics. One, NFL, which we don't have to worry about anymore because that game already came and gone, and we are now done with the NFL. And then number two is going to be real estate, because they start seeing all the real estate signs all over the place, and they're just conditioned. Oh, it's real estate day. It's Sunday. So if you, an agent, calls or door knocks between 1 and 4, you're probably going to be helping Mrs. get away from watching that damn foosball game still with her husband and all his neurotic friends that are spilling beer and chip dip all over the place that she's going to have to clean up. Come over and talk to someone, a nice real estate agent at the front door. Absolutely do it. You are going to double or triple your connection rate. Be careful of your time when you do it, though, because people will. That's a lazy Sunday. I mean, people are going to sit there and just chew the fat with you. So be, to the point, be concise, get your point across, build a relationship, know when to cut bait or when to keep fishing, but keep moving on. So use a mojo, use call fire, use a triple line dialer or quadruple line dialer of some sorts, or go out and hit the doors. It'll be one of the best uses of your time. But if you're going to be working on Sundays consistently, you need to be building in time for you to have time down, another day off, another afternoon off, something like that, because this is the meat grinder of a business. And if you consistently work on the Sundays and then you work on Saturdays showing people, well, then your family and your personal life hit the shits right off the bat. You're going to freak out, go bald, or white hair is going to turn white. You're going to break out in acne, and your life is going to crumble around you. So
yeah, okay. You're going to look like the old priest from, was it Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Yes, when your face just starts melting away, you chose poorly. That's right. Or you're gonna look like Sloth from Goonies.
Last Crusade.
Your head against the wall.
That's right. Okay. All right. Well, enough about that. Let's talk about two things. Number one, you have some sort of comment about the Super Bowl, which I cannot imagine what it would be because you literally know less than a girl about football, and I mean that in the best sense of the word. So we'll get to you in a second. But before you spout a totally uninformed opinion about the greatest game that has ever been played.
Well, the greatest game that's ever been played. It's the slowest game that's ever been played in an NFL football game. There's actually only 12 minutes of actual action. That is so
choreographed thing of beauty. Anyway,
so boring.
So we had a very interesting call you and I did, Greg, the other day. It was yesterday, actually. So I wanted to make sure that we kind of tease this a little bit. Okay. Since we're talking about live streaming video, yes, the call that we did. So if anybody's not familiar, there's a startup based out of LA called Smiletime. They are the production team and the platform behind TMZ's live online show, as well as some shows like the CW's The Flash fan show, and a bunch of other stuff they do for the CW. Anna Lynn McCord from Beverly Hills 90210 or whatever that reboot was, she has her own show on that platform, and they're doing a bunch of stuff there. So they're coming out with a producer platform. In other words, it's a version similar to Google Hangouts where you, as an independent person, can host your own interactive live streaming video show on the platform. People can call in. There's a live chat that streams right across the screen where you can interact with the guests, you can interact with the host, we can interact with you, and all this stuff. It's an amazing platform. We just got a tour of the behind-the-scenes part of it, and we are part of the beta test, essentially, for the first round of people that get to try it as an independent person using the platform instead of having to come to their studio in LA and do it with them as a team. So we're super excited about that. So in a couple weeks, we're going to get the training, the rest of the training on how to do it, and they're going to open up the platform to us, and then we'll start off and just see how it goes and run our first event on Smiletime as opposed to Google Hangouts. And if that goes really well, we might just switch over to that platform entirely so you guys can chat with us during the show.
Dude, I friended this bitch on fucking Facebook, and she just tagged me in a photo of a full-on porn photo. Some chick is, well, I'm not going to describe it to our listeners. It is the most disturbing thing. We're going to talk about this in a minute about video and social media. Don't always make friends with everybody, guys. That's a disturbing thing, and I just reported them to Facebook, those fuckers. Making me look.
Yeah, it's called when you get a Facebook request from an attractive girl, you look at her profile and make sure that she has some friends other than people you barely know.
Thanks, Matt. Would it be a telltale sign if all of her friends are guys? Would that be another telltale sign?
That would also be another telltale sign. Yes. So stop accepting friend requests randomly when you're out, like in your car, and you don't have a chance to look at that.
Just trying to be nice, Matt. I'm a people person, unlike someone I know.
Yeah. Okay. So what was your? Now that we've got that little teaser announcement out of the way, guys, check that out. I think it's smiletime.com.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool. Really cool. And Matt and I are going to, I think we're going to, once we get going on it, I think we're going to potentially get down into studio about once a month and maybe do a episode in studio with them, which would be amazing. And maybe get some of you guys as maybe a panel, if you guys are in the LA area, maybe get you guys on who have been listening to the show and want to talk about a subject matter.
That's right. It would also be a great time since if we're actually going to do that and you and I are going to be in the same city for once in a while, Greg, it'd be good to do some live meetups with some viewers.
Oh, absolutely. Get us in the offices, go out and grab something to drink or whatever, just hang out. Yeah, I think we should definitely do that. We'll promote that more as we go down that path.
All right, cool. So what's your totally uninformed and horrible comment about the Super Bowl?
It wasn't actually about the soccer game that we watched on Sunday. Okay. Wait, it is soccer, right? It's
sure.
football.
Why not?
Okay. So there I was at the badminton match, and everyone was joined around, and we were watching basket after basket take place, and I couldn't quite understand why the puck wasn't going into the hole, right?
Sure. Okay.
Okay. So, anyways, I had all my family over, and I had I had two of my nephews, my little niece over, some friends in the complex where I live, my father, his best friend, and my sister and her husband. Good times, laughing, playing, drinking, eating. By the way, I bought way too much food and beer. I'm going to be eating chicken wings and IPAs for like a week. So much for the weight loss guarantee, right? The weight loss. So I was playing with my nephew with my iPad, and Every door was open, every light was on, music was going, TV was on, the whole thing when they left right after the game, and my back was hurting me, and I was just like, oh, I gotta sit down for a second. So I see my couch, my beloved sanctuary of a furniture piece, and I just go, I'm gonna go lay down on my couch just for a second, just so my back will stop hurting. Laid down and gone. 6:30 or no, like 7:30, whenever the game ended. I woke up in this position at midnight.
You woke up in the position of what is that? What would you describe that as?
It's like the praying, like
yeah.
but you're holding your arms together because you're freezing. You're trying to keep your nipples from getting hard, that kind of thing. But I woke up. Okay. My entire house is completely on, like, not on fire, but just lights and music and TV and doors and windows open. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get up. So I had to get up, but yeah, I was so tired. I don't know if you guys went through something like that, but I was exhausted.
So are you saying that you slept after the Super Bowl, or you slept through half of
after the Super Bowl? I made it through the whole hockey match.
Oh, you did. You made it through the entire soccer game. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, that's good. That's not quite the uninformed rant that I was expecting.
Well, yeah. Why are they using that egg-looking ball? Isn't it supposed to be white and round, or is flat and black? I mean, I don't get it.
Okay.
No, but that was mine. I was so tired. And I woke up the next day just like, fuck working out. I'm gonna sleep. Sunday Fun Day was way too much, but so glad to see my Broncos win.
Okay. Yes, as am I. As a former resident of the Mile High City, I was very much enjoying watching them win up and down the field, which is what that's called, and throwing the ball in various places and to score actual touchdowns and kick extra points, which is what those are called. So that was a fun game to watch for me. Unfortunately, the Panthers did not win, which in more normal circumstances I'd be very happy to see them win because they're also a great team. But with that said, let's do a couple of shout-outs and let's get into the main bulk of the show. We're talking about live streaming video and social media. We're going to focus more on the live streaming video in this particular episode. So before we get to that, number one, I just want to thank Viral Marketing for cutting a check to make Hangouts and podcasts like these happen. They do a phenomenal job of running Greg's East Bay real estate video blog, so you can check them out at getviral.com. And then Equity with 2 Qs, online buyer lead generation. Specifically, it's great for solo agents, but if you can get a small team together within your brokerage, even better, lowers the cost for everyone, pairs you up with a mortgage lender that'll subsidize the cost, so you get very high quality, lower number of leads that you can work to actually close deals, so you're not waiting through a bunch of junk leads. So get in touch with Greg to find out where that's available, and if it's not available in your market, it will be if you can get a few other people on board with you.
Yeah, guys, get on this. It's 75% cheaper than the big boys, and we have higher quality leads. Basically, what does that mean for you? You don't have to waste so much time talking to dead leads or dipshits who are like, oh, well, I wanted to see if I could buy my college dorm room. Awesome. Thank you. Bye-bye.
That's right. Can I tell everybody the funny lead name that came in? What was that? I think it was Frank. We were sitting around at lunch in Tahoe last week. I think it was either Frank or somebody mentioned that. Frank. Okay, so it was Frank from Viral. And one of the leads that came in from, I don't know if it was Jeff Manson from Real Geeks that told him this or whatever, but it was either one of his clients or friends shot him this email. It was a submission through a lead capture website, and the name was Hillary Clinton, and the email address was bonershrinker@gmail.com. And that still cracks me up, and I've been thinking about it for a week. Anyway, with that said, which I'm sure offended at least 75% of our California-based audience. Well, let's move on to what shout-outs do you have, Greg?
Actually, Matt, I want to welcome you in. You've been inducted into the I offend certain parts of our listenership club. So welcome. This is your inauguration.
Fuck.
Oh, there he did. He did it. Congratulations. An F-bomb and an insult. Guys, this is going to be a red letter day for Matt.
That's right.
He had his coffee, obviously. Well, not anymore. He's drinking water. Quitter. Okay, so here we go. Beth Skinner. Oh, now you're showing off your Starbucks. Oh, okay, yeah. Beth Skinner from YouTube, dude. Our video about our story really touched her, and she really enjoyed hearing our origin. So if you guys are at all curious about me and Matt and our past and our history and how we came to meet and how we came to be speaking to you through your earbuds, as Matt would put it, go watch it. Also, Caitlin and Neely both made comments on Facebook that it had brought them to tears, and now they understand why you and I do this and why we want to give back and be, take from the rich and give to the needy, without a paywall, and it makes a lot more sense for them. Kay, we're going to be talking with you from LinkedIn out of LA, dude. She is a young agent. She's looking how to grow her business. And so I'm pumped to get some time with her. I don't know. When am I talking with Kay? Hold on, Kay. I'm going through this with you. I'm thinking I'm talking to you the week of the Nope. I'm talking to you the 29th. Yeah. God, we're booked. Dude, I'm seriously booked the entire month. It's awesome. I love this. Guys, get a hold of me. I want to talk more with you. Eric Carey, Big Pimpin', East Coast. Hey, man, I'm so glad you're doing better. Eric had himself quite a good size heart attack. A couple of his valves were almost completely blocked, and if he had been doing any kind of workout or anything, he would have died. So I'm so glad you're with us, my friend. Great guy, wealth of knowledge. So, buddy, I'm glad you're here. Sherry Crabtree, what up, playa? Now I think you're going to be talking with me tonight. She's the first one, Matt, to actually do. We can't let Greg spend the night. Hashtag Greg, don't let Greg spend the night alone. She actually wrote that to me, and I'm like, that's it. You're mine. We are booking a time. I don't give a shit what you say. That is the coolest thing ever. So it actually worked, and we were having a good time with it. And let's see where else. Oh, Angela. What a cool time talking with you last night. Had so much fun. Guys, we are booking Angela on the show. I think she's next week. Let me check my calendar. Is she on here, Matt? Yeah, she's on Friday, isn't she? Yeah, she's going to be on Friday the 19th, guys, and she is a master of foreclosures and short sales. She's going to give you guys some tips and tricks on what to do and how to handle them. But she also can negotiate anywhere in the country. So if you just say, fuck that shit, dude, I have no desire to deal with short sales or foreclosures, dude, she'll handle them for you and get it off your plate and get you guys a closed deal. So I had a really good time talking with everybody. And so everybody, guys, take the McDaniel Challenge. What is the McDaniel Challenge? Great question, Matt.
I did ask that. I was thinking it. Always so in sync with and so McDaniel Challenge is, guys, get off your ass, get your phone out, use your opposable thumbs, text me to 925-915-1978. Again, my cell. Yes, it's my real one. 925-915-1978. Text me, call me. Let's get something booked up, guys. March is going to be here before we know it. Get your seat. Let's talk. Let's find a way to work through any issues or blockages you're having in your business. Guys, this is an hour to hour and a half. Angela and I went an hour and a half last night chatting it up, and then I had to go because my blood sugar was like below zero. But she stayed up like 10:30 hanging out and chatting with me. It was super cool. I'm getting a call from Salt Lake City right now. Someone's taking the McDaniel Challenge, Matt. It's happening live on the show. But I'm going to have to put them in voicemail because we're on show. Shit, I totally lost my train of thought. Oh. Great. Moving on. Oh.
Shut up.
You got it back?
I asked her, hey, Angela, thanks for watching the show. What drew you to us? She's like, Greg, you and Matt are so authentic and real and unfiltered. I mean, you guys cuss on the show. You guys, there's no hold bars, and you guys give everything away for free. No one else does that. Everybody else is plugging in some sort of product, some sort of something, hey, get this seminar for $29.95 or something like that. But I mean, that is valuable, but guys, we want to be the Robin Hood of real estate. We want to take from the rich, give to the needy, so that people who need this information can get it and better their lives. So take the challenge. Don't be yourself. Call me.
Don't be yourself. I'll keep that in mind. Just in case you're wondering, Greg wants you to stop being yourself. You're not very cool. Just pick up the phone and call me.
I never said that.
I'm just extrapolating.
It's extrapolate with someone else.
Okay, all right. So let's get into a live streaming video. What do you say?
Awesome.
Okay, so I put some things together. I know you've put some things together. We have really no idea what each other is going to say, so we're just going to give both of our opinions and some of the trends that we're noticing and how we think live streaming video is best used for real estate, and we'll kind of jump off from there. Everybody probably knows about the different services that are available right now, the dominant ones being Periscope and Meerkat, as well as being able to broadcast live a little bit on Facebook, which is getting some more traction, which I would like to see that take off even more because I think it's a better platform for it than Twitter, which is what Periscope and Meerkat are based on. What's up?
Have you ever done Facebook Live, Matt?
No, not yet.
Me neither. I'm still being a bitch about it. I'm
Yeah.
still scared.
Yeah.
But you know what?
And then we have Blab, which where you can do you do a lot of that, where you can do four-way interactions, and then there's Uvu, which is a private, like a video chat service, the one that Jay Sammet helped take to over 100 million users. So that's not a live broadcast tool. It's more of a video chat tool. So there's all kinds of these functions out there. So let's start off by just talking about what are some of the ways that you can, regardless of the platform, what are some things that you might want to use live stream video for that would actually do something to actually enhance your actual real estate business, and not
actually, Matt, I actually have an actual question.
Okay.
Answer.
Okay, I was going to say, questions are not helpful. Answers are helpful. Okay.
You posed a question.
Well, that's not entirely true.
All right.
There is such thing as a beautiful question, so let me take that back.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay.
Should I start now?
No.
Okay. So, guys, what I would use live video streaming. Now, we're going to go over a couple of different ones here. The Facebook Live, it is only going to be on your cell phone. It's not going to be on your PC, guys, or on your Mac computers or anything else. As I fumble with this, I'm going in
for iPhone right now, right?
I believe it is. Yeah. I'm going to go in and I'm going to show you guys where to find this.
It's not Play Store yet for Android.
Okay. So, guys, you can see where it says what's on your mind up here at the top. So you're going to press on it, and these buttons are going to drop down. You're going to press on what's on your mind again. It's going to open up to a full screen, right? Now, if you guys can see that little, Matt, can you see the head with the two little halos over it on the far end?
Kind of. Yeah.
How about now?
It's the far right icon, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is, if you have it, it's like a head, and it's like a from here up picture, and then two little halos over the top of that image.
Basically, like broadcasting your profile.
That is your going live streaming app. What you do is you press it, and you give it a little cool, sexy title. Press it again. Bam, you go live to all of your people out on Facebook. Now, since it is a early adapter use right now, if you get it, if you start using it and you ask people to start following you, Facebook is going to favor you more than later down the road of the later adopters. Also to the fact, given the difference between this one and Blab, and we'll go over Blab in a second, blab.im, is the fact that Facebook Live, Periscope, and Meerkat are all, you're talking at the audience, not talking with an audience. Blab, you'll have 1 to 3 other people on a Blab you can talk with, as well as seeing their comments. So if I was going to, when I start doing live Facebook streaming, which Matt, I will do a declaration. I will do something on the live streaming either today or tomorrow, depending on my schedule. But I will get it done, so people can. If you guys search me, Greg McDaniel, you guys hopefully will see it on my newsfeed sooner than later, so you can kind of see how it works. But keep them short. If you want to do something cool, you can download them onto your phone when you're done. Upload them up to other platforms, and so you can, from what I understand, you can reconstitute the data out. You can either go back and even maybe I haven't done this. I'm not going to say what you can or maybe you can do, but I say what you can do on this. To use this, guys, would be to do it in an open house. Go get your open house a little bit, like 15 minutes early, and be like, hey guys, wait for everybody to get on, kind of like Matt does when we get going on our podcast, and say, hey, we're going to be in an open house at 456 Maple today. It's a beautiful 3-bedroom, 2-bath. We're out in front right now showing you guys what's going on. And so when you're doing this, guys, you're never filming like this. You're never filming vertical. You're always filming horizontal, because when you do that, you're going to be able to see all of the comments coming up on the side here. And all of those of you can't see me, I am rubbing the side of the phone where the comments would be coming up, which you can read and then respond. People that are going to be watching this will be pushed to the top of their news feed, where they can be like, oh, Matt Johnson's on live. Oh, yeah, that dude's awesome. Click watch, and then be able to watch them. They can't video back with them, but you can type in messages. All right. Now, why I like this is that you can go to, I have about 1,500 people on my Facebook. So I think it goes out to all of them, or the majority of them, very, very quickly. And it gives them an opportunity if they can't make it, or if they are interested, or they kind of stayed on the fence about what they want to do, because you should be making friends with your clients and prospects on Facebook as well, guys. That's my way of doing it, but maybe not for you, but I like it. You can get real live engagement right then that is going out to one of the biggest social networks in the entire world. Now, these people like you can trust you to some extent, so there's a higher likelihood of them wanting to watch you versus Periscope and Meerkat. Now, going into Periscope and Meerkat, Periscope, my prediction is going to be absorbed into Twitter by the end of the year. That's going to be Twitter's competition for Facebook's live streaming apps. I watch a group called Social Media Marketer. Michael Stelzner is the founder of that thing. They have a social media marketer event down in San Diego. They have a blab every Friday at 8 a.m. that they bring all the news and updates of everything that's going on that's social out there. Incredibly important stuff to learn if you guys are going to start using social media more, or if you're going to start using live streaming apps more. Very, very important to do. Now, those are the ones that you stream out to everybody. And Matt, what do you have to say on the subject matter of Meerkat, Facebook Live, and Periscope?
Well, and yeah, that's a good segue, because there's 4 different kind of just blanket uses for why you'd want to use streaming video, and what you're using it for will determine kind of what tool that you use, and whether you can use something that broadcasts out to the public, or whether you can just get away with something that is just one-to-one or one-to-a-few, right? So, to me, one of the best uses for live streaming video is for better client interaction, right? So it's not just about attracting people to you, it's about building deeper relationships with people that you already know. And that's where those either one-on-one or one-to-a-few tools can come in really handy. So that's where things like FaceTime, Google Hangouts, Skype, Blab, or Uvu can come into play. So what would you do to enhance client interaction or communication with the people that you already know, or even your current clients? Well, to me, if you were going to do like a weekly update call with sellers, I would at least offer them the option of doing it over video instead of phone, right? I mean, who doesn't want me to? I hate the phone. I would much rather talk like this and look you in the eye than talk on the phone.
And we do a lot.
Yeah, I was going to say we do both, but yes, more so video. That's always our default. Is, hey, you want to hop on a Google Hangout? Great. Because it's so much better. And same thing with like intercompany stuff. It's so much better when you can look somebody in the eye and you can really tell if they understand and they grasp what you're talking about, and if they're paying attention. Like, you can tell exactly when you lose them and when you've got them. It's just, yeah, exactly. And I'm losing Greg right now. He's already bored.
What? Oh, you're still there.
Mr. Dyslexic ADHD. I'm surprised you didn't just like run past as like a squirrel was playing on the windowsill outside. So that's the first thing. So better client interaction. So updates with clients, having your consultation, especially if you're working potentially with overseas buyers, what better way to connect with them than over Skype? Yeah. Much better than the phone. So. Well,
not so much Skype. Skype's a little bit more difficult. I mean, you and I we were having a trouble yesterday with that call we were on with Skype.
That's because they just couldn't find your handle, because your Skype handle is your name.
Well, I'm hard to handle.
Figure out that there was a space in between the first and last. That had nothing to do with Skype. That's what we like to call user error.
I'm just hard to handle, man. What can I say?
Okay, so it's not just it wasn't just you. It's that they didn't believe that your name was your Skype handle, and it was. So anyway, so the second reason I think the live streaming video can be used for real estate is to demonstrate your value to existing clients. And here's what I mean by that. That's where I think live streaming the open houses comes into play. Live streaming your door knocking sessions or your phone call sessions, the sessions where you're like inviting people to open houses, promoting your listings, showing you actively working to promote an existing listing, like anything that really demonstrates your value and shows that you are working and earning your money as a real estate agent will help you with your clients because they see more of your value. There's so many things that agents do that are just off the client's radar. It's we get that they're paying you to take that on them, but if you never let them know what your value is, they will not value you. Period.
There's a lot of value in there.
There's a lot of value in there. That's right.
Just like
but if you do not demonstrate, if you do not convey the value that is not demonstrated is value that is not valued. It is invaluable value.
Keep going. Let's see more of the times you can use value.
That's right.
A value
that's
that
one
you value.
That, one of the guys that I worked with for a short time when I was doing business development for Viral is a very successful agent and coach based here in San Diego, and that's one of the things that he does. He coaches his agents to be very good at, number one, solving a problem for a client, and then being even better at explaining to the client how and why they solved a problem for the client. Because if they
Tell
do
them what you
not,
told them.
yeah, tell them what you told them, tell them what you're going to do it, then tell them what you just did. Because if you don't tell them, they don't recognize the value in it, and it will create all sorts of other problems down the line. So that's part of so demonstrating value to existing clients. Now, then we get into platform. Okay. What Greg and I have with the podcast is a platform. It is our megaphone to get our views and our interaction and our opinions and our training out to a larger group of people. Number one, it helps us reach people that we already know and bring value to them. And then because it gives them something to share and for other people to discover online, it gives us the ability to reach people that we might not have ever reached otherwise. So that's our platform. So if you think about live streaming video, like for example, Greg, your videos that you produce on your East Bay real estate video blog, that's your platform or one of them to your local community. The radio show that you're on every 2 weeks, that's another platform to your community. It's a way of communicating consistently with a specific group of people that you want to reach. So as an agent, those people are buyers and sellers, right? It's basically the general public, but it's within that you want to carve out this slice of the general public that you want to communicate and you want to bring a message to them consistently. And live streaming video is one way, it's one form of a platform.
It is, and a lot of folks, when they think of live video streaming, they literally freak out and have a mild panic attack because every single person, you're not unique when you think this. They think that they look horrible and they sound even worse. I mean, I have laughed about this several times that when I first heard myself and saw myself on TV, I legitimately thought, oh my God, you are so fugly, and what the is that really your voice? How do people not run away with blood coming out of their ears? And so I got over it. And so basically, get over yourself, guys. Just get over yourself. Look, you have friends. They like you. Yeah. They do like you. But if you have a face for radio, and if you just don't want to do the video on you, like video, guys, it's very easy to do. Like you can do this in live video streaming and in recorded stuff, but take your camera, instead of flipping it around and having this side face you as you do a video, flip the camera around and facing out, put it on your dash and do a live stream of a neighborhood, of a part of town, of something historical in your area. Do something that's going to be educational and useful for the overall community, as you as a real estate agent professional that's knowledgeable about your marketplace. That is a very suitable secondary option. Another thing is, guys, YouTube used to say, hey, come onto YouTube and you can record a video right here and then we can upload it to your channel. They've changed that. Now you don't record video anymore, guys. You go live stream. So if you have, like Matt and I are blessed to have you folks that are subscribing to our channel and are building our base and that kind of a thing. So if you guys have a strong video following on YouTube, and you're like, well, Greg, I don't want to have to download it and then upload it and just go to YouTube, press live stream onto your channel. It'll stream like it's streaming on our YouTube channel right now live. Guys, it will do the same thing, and your viewers will be notified when you guys go on. It'll be a great way to do something that's easy. When you press stop, done. Just meta tag on the back, give it a good title, do it appropriately, and people will start searching it out. So those are a couple of other options, but I want to transition. Well, do we want to transition into the blabs, or do you have anything else to say in regards to like the one-offs, like the when you're speaking to the audience, not with the audience, like Periscope, Meerkat, Facebook Live, all that stuff? Well,
just in the sense of what's the tool? Is it catch.me? That'll grab your
KATCH.me, yeah.
Yeah, so that grabs your, I believe it's Periscope videos, right?
And Meerkat.
Is it both? Okay. So that's the tool that you can grab and then upload them to YouTube. Now here's why you'd want to do that. So I was writing up the article for something called the Database Marketing Hangout, which is Viral Marketing's like every month interview with one of their clients. So I was writing an article about that particular appearance, and this guy by the name of Andrew Duncan, who's the #1 agent in Tampa, and he talked about the fact that when he started doing media appearances and then buying media to promote his team, when he started getting like radio appearances and started sponsoring like sports teams and stuff like that. But anyway, the point was people started to know him by name but outside the context of just getting a postcard or getting something that was specifically real estate related. They would hear him on the radio, or they would come across his name and sort of in like a sponsorship context, and then they would search for him online, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the whole time he's in business, he's putting out basically real estate themed videos on YouTube. So when people would search for him, they'd find this library of content essentially, which they would then delve into, and that would build his credibility, give them some way to learn more about him and get more comfortable with him, and then they would reach out to him and take the next step in terms of actually doing something with real estate. So he pointed out that even though he never made necessarily any money from putting stuff up on Facebook, it nurtured leads from the point of view from when they came in and were aware of his existence to finding him on YouTube and then coming in and getting comfortable with him to the point where they would take an appointment with him. That's really, really important. So that when we talk about like pulling your live streaming videos down and then putting them up on YouTube and titling and tagging them correctly, that's why. Because when somebody hears about you, whether it's from a referral from a friend or family member, or let's say you have a media appearance, like somebody invites you onto a radio show and it just falls into your lap, great.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't been preparing for that and you haven't been publishing content, some sort of content online, when somebody goes and they hear you on the radio and they go to find you and they find nothing, you just lost.
Mm-hmm.
You just lost a massive opportunity, right? So if you make it part of your daily business, just whenever you're doing live streaming video, just save the video, go upload it to YouTube, just give it a decent title, give it some tags that as far as who you are, what business you're in, what's your area. Just keep it simple. It doesn't have to be super complicated, but that will give people a way that once they do hear of you, they go find you and research you, and they find out that, oh, you are a legitimate person. You do have content online. We're getting to the point where people are expecting that more and more. So you might as well make the transition now and start building that library content online.
Actually, Matt, good point on this. Well, we all know I love to do video, and so every opportunity I'm doing something, and I used to do it every day, and I was putting videos up on YouTube on our team channel. A lot of them went viral, and the funny thing is I was doing cold calls 2 weeks ago, and this lady calls me up and she goes, "Hey, I got your message, yada yada." We chatted for a second, and I'm like, "Well, you know what? If you'd like to learn more about us, feel free, go to YouTube, just type in Greg McDaniel or the McDaniel Callahan team. You'll see a lot of videos. You can, I was joking with them, like, you can see that I'm a real person." She's like, deadpan serious. She's like, "Oh no, I already stalked you. I know that you're real. I already checked out your videos." I'm like, "Wow, okay,
yeah,
good to know." But I mean, I have videos, guys, if you don't want to do live streaming, that's okay. Like Matt was saying, go and start doing videos about schools in your area, principals, the mayors, the city planners. Go talk to people who are in the neighborhood. If you can get them to do live streaming, which would be awesome, then do it. But if not, get a video recorded on it, because I did a video right out that window right there is my old high school, and I did a video of the school that flipped around, did a video of what we call the Iron Horse Trail, which is an old railway line, which is now a walking and running path, runs through, 2 counties, 12 cities, 22 miles, if you'd like to know any more. Guys, I did the research on it.
I'm good. Thanks, Fred.
Oh, come on, man. This is good stuff. But no, those things have been searched. The last time I saw was like 500 or 600 times, and I did nothing with them. People are going to search these things out, so be the bearer of content. Make videos on things. Do a 2-second interview with someone at a historical site, in the area. But even better, if you can do live streaming, then that person can answer questions and they can feel it'll be a lot of good interaction right there. And if you're an early adapter to this, Facebook's going to love you more, and you can ask people to follow you on this.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of, like, you were talking about, like, going one-to-one, and if you're uncomfortable with live streaming video. So let's say you're uncomfortable because you don't want to necessarily appear in the video. I mean, that's the cool thing about Periscope, is the original intention of that was to give people a window into your world. It wasn't necessarily meant for people to turn around the camera and just do talking head videos. It was meant to be a window into what you're doing or where you're at. It's meant to be outward facing.
Hence Periscope.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't necessarily have to appear in the video. If you want to do a feature on, like Greg said, a historical site, a local business, or whatever, you can focus the camera out, which is the standard setting when you pull up Periscope anyway. So you don't have to change anything. So you don't have to do a talking head style video. What's up?
I don't know too many Periscopes on submarines that are like, all stuck inside again. No, they're popping up going, what's going on around here?
Yeah, just focused outward. Okay.
Focus.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to Blab, you guys. Blab, you guys, is probably, it's coming close to an addiction with me and an obsession. I learn a ton of stuff from Blab, guys. It's 100% free. It ties in to your Twitter account. If you're thinking to yourself, I don't have a Twitter account, it's okay. Go create one. No one gives a shit if you have no followers on it. It just ties it into it, okay? People will start wanting to be friends with you, and you'll start building Blab friends. These are people that will follow you. You follow them. And once you kind of listen to what their content is, then you'll learn from them. So I have, Jason, Rod, Justin, Toby. There's a couple of those. There's a guy that does SEO work out of Santa Barbara. You and I spoke, and Toby and I spoke with him, or you and I spoke with him. I can't remember. But I mean, every time they pop up, I get an alert, and then I can go join their call. So let's back up. Any of you guys who don't know what Blab is, go to blab.im. Okay, it's free. Now you can go search on the left-hand side. Once you sign in, you can go search different subject matters. Now you can go see all and see every blab that's out there, or a specific subject matter. So for me, it's usually like social media, training, business, stuff like that, stuff I'm interested in. But if you're interested in dance or yoga or nightlife or panels or relationships or whatever, it's all there. And then you see one, you're like, okay, that one looks pretty cool. You click on it, it'll open it up. Now there's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 potential boxes or circles where people are gonna be sitting and having a conversation. Now, let's say there's just 2 people that are talking, and in the middle and the bottom it says call in. You can run your mouse over the top of it and press call in. You are literally calling in to that video call. Now, if they accept you to call in, then boom, you're gonna be in that call instantly live to the world. And you can give your point of view, talk with people on there. You can write comments on the right-hand side if you don't want to get involved in the blab. But if you do get involved, then when that video is over and they stop the cast, after Blab sources and kind of collects all the data on it and make sure it's all correct, they will send you a link to the finalized recorded version if the host did record it. So if you've always wanted to do a podcast, right, but you don't really know the nuts and bolts, like you don't have a Matt, okay, that knows how to do this, in his sleep, which I sure shit didn't know how to do a podcast. I'm like, hey, Matt, you want to help me out? We get along great, and I can do things, and you can do things, and it works out great. But if you don't have a Matt, once you get your blab going, you can invite people on, and then just hit record, and you're creating a podcast and a live streaming video, both in one step. I asked folks on Blab last time I was on. I'm like, guys, what do you think is Blab going to do? Do you think it's going to go more entertainment? Do you think it's going to go more educational? And everyone said it's going to be going more educational. When I'm sitting here, guys, I'm just sitting here listening to something like this morning. I was listening to these 2 gals talk about social media. They spouted off like Trello, sproutsocial.com, buffer.com, latergram.me, hearsaysocial.com, all these different sites and apps and stuff that you can go and schedule stuff on. And the reason why I bring up Trello, Trello.com, is that it's a free site, guys, free app, and you can go in, you can schedule out all of your social media on a calendar for the entire week. So if you're going to do these different things, well, then you can also schedule in maybe a Blab or a Periscope or a Facebook Live or something along those lines. You will start to build camaraderie with people that are on Blabs with you. They'll start coming to your shows, like Jason out of Arizona. One hell of a smart guy. He's a lender out there, and he has a show on Friday mornings at 9 that I join. And dude, the stuff that I learned from these guys. So get on. If you're curious about something, listen to these people. If you got something to say, to interject, or you totally think someone's screwing the pooch because they're saying it wrong, get in, have a nice conversation with them. Like I'm doing a blab tomorrow morning at 9 with Jonathan and Bill, talking about not being a secret agent and a couple other subject matters. I can't remember them. But it's a lot of fun. Don't be afraid of it. You can go and just kind of watch too. You don't have to actually get involved if you don't want to, but it's a way to learn something immediately that you don't have to wait for. You don't have to hunt and peck for. You can also look at the live on air, archived, which are the ones that have just been recorded and they're sitting in the archives, or the ones that are scheduled. So you can apply and be like, oh, Greg McDaniel's on Friday at 10. ooh, request a notification when he goes live so that I can go watch him on his subject matter. It's a really cool site, guys. I cannot, as you can tell, I really enjoy it. I've learned a lot from it, and you can create a podcast right then and there.
Mm-hmm.
You can also use it
and just so to clarify a couple of things, in order to create a podcast, yes, they will send you a link to the video, and that's great. There's still some extra steps that would have to be done to turn that into an actual podcast in the sense that it's available on iTunes. So that part of it doesn't happen automatically, but you will get a video back, which you can then do what you want with from there, whether you want to upload it to YouTube or strip the audio out and send it to iTunes, whatever the case is. So anyway,
or put it on your website,
again,
or
exactly. So you can do whatever you want. That's but the point of this is that Blab, with, like you said, Greg, is going more towards education, and so right now YouTube is the place where real estate agents and a lot of people go to look for information on how to get better at what they do, which is great, right? So forms of live streaming video might start to trump that, in the sense that you might go first to Blab, or you might first go to Periscope and just see if the people that you're following that produce content that you like are broadcasting right in that moment, or go and watch the stuff that they've recorded in the last 24 hours. So that might start to outgain YouTube in terms of being the place to go to get educational content, which is great. But that has nothing to do with the actual lead generation of clients.
Right.
So at least right now, I mean, we're talking about Periscope and Meerkat both have about 2 million active users in total, and the Blab is, I think, less than that. Yeah. So they're getting more popular. They will get more popular. They might explode in popularity, and that's great too. But at least for now, they're not a tool for attracting people to you that don't know who the hell you are yet. They're great for people connecting with people that you're probably already connected with on social media and giving them a different and more intense way to interact with you, which strengthens that relationship, and it's a way for you to get educated and talk with other people that are on the platform that have something to say that you can learn from. Mm-hmm. So those are, so just to clarify, we don't want your social media time, especially on things like Blab, is not a substitute for the actual going out and talking to people, either the door knocking calls, whatever, like returning lead generation calls. It does not substitute for actually doing those things that push you in front of actual clients, because the odds of somebody coming across you on a Blab and then deciding to work with you, especially if you don't have any other content other than just what you've been doing on Blab, it's pretty slim.
No, you're 100% right on that, without a doubt. I mean, I guess what I was saying too is it's an educational forum that you can go get educated on specific subject matters that you've been looking for, and then be able, instead of watching a stagnant video, and you can ask. I've been talking for 4 hours straight.
Yeah, I believe it.
You can ask specific questions immediately, and then reference back to the Blab, maybe parts that you missed on other touch points, because you'll be sent in a copy of that link. But Matt is right. It is not a substitute, guys. Do this for fun. Do it for education. Do it in your off time. Do not do it in your prospecting time, because this is not prospecting. This is fun and education. Working in your business and on your business are totally different things.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of that, I think I wanted to touch on one last thing before we wrap this part up, is one of the main benefits that I see with live streaming video and forcing yourself to do live streaming video, even if you're not comfortable, is that it is literally the greatest training ground for media appearances you could ever ask for.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, at some point, if you're doing your job as an agent, everybody knows somebody that's tangentially involved in radio or TV or podcast or something. So at some point, if you're doing well in your business, you are going to be asked to appear on something, whatever it is, right? So how do you prepare for something like that? Well, the live streaming video is a great way to force yourself to get comfortable with being on camera, speaking in sound bites, shortening up the time that it takes you to get your point across and to speak in coherent, short thoughts, and that will train you for the opportunities that might come down the road to get on a local TV show, a local radio show, business radio, a podcast. I mean, everybody's going to become like their own little media company in the future, and so it's those types of requests and those types of opportunities are only going to come more and more frequently, especially as we get years on and people get more comfortable with Blab and Periscope and Meerkat and all these different ways to broadcast and become your own little media empire. There's going to be so many opportunities like this, and what better way than just to broadcast a daily live video out on Periscope or Meerkat, where you might not have that many followers, and if you screw up, who the hell cares?
No one gives a shit.
No, nobody gives a shit. So, get out there and do it. It's the greatest training ground you could ever ask for, and believe me, you will thank yourself later when somebody says, hey, I've got a friend that works at, the local CBS affiliate, and they'd really like a real estate expert to come on and talk about what the market's going to do, and you go, great, I've been doing live streaming video for the last year, I'm super comfortable, I'm your guy, let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, so you're not going to sit and stare at the camera like this. Shit.
Well,
so about the weather, Bob, I think it's good. It might be good. It might be bad.
I'm sorry. Line? What's my line?
Line, please. Damn it, I forgot what I was doing here.
Line. Oh, it's line. Okay.
oh, it's line. Oh, okay, line. No, but you'll have a lot of fun.
30 Rock reference. Anyway.
Yeah. You guys will have a lot of fun doing this. You know what? If you want to practice prior to doing live, just record some videos of yourself, guys, on your phone. Guess what? You can delete them. They never have to see the light of day. If you stumble, you have a booger coming down your face, whatever. Sporadically look for something.
If the lighting in your house is really bad, I mean, unlike mine, where I actually have to add more light because there's too much natural sunlight into this window here, but this right here, these little stands with a LED light bulb, and it's got a umbrella. And I apologize to anyone who's watching or listening to the audio version that can't see what I'm holding up. But this is this goes on that if you wanted to. A little light umbrella. That's right.
It's bad luck to open up an umbrella inside.
I did not open it completely, and it is not an umbrella. It is a light diffuser, so neither of those count. But anyway, that kit with 2 of those and an extra small one with the light bulbs and everything is like $120 on Amazon. So if you're serious about doing live streaming video or any kind of video, and you have really bad lighting in the room that you want to record in, never fear. Go pick that up on Amazon, super cheap, and you can. There's plenty of videos online that'll show you how to set those up, kind of where to set them up to get your best light, so that way you look your best and you feel confident when you do video.
It's called a light diffuser?
No, that umbrella is called a light diffuser. You can just search lighting kit, like a photographer's lighting kit on Amazon, you'll find it.
I need some light, Matt.
I don't think you need. Your lighting is fine.
Yeah, dude, I'm seeing a photo equipment here. You can get the whole photo equipment for $50. Or you can get 2 soft light studios for $52. I mean, shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, plenty of options.
They are not expensive, guys.
No, not at all.
And a green screen. But only Matt,
nobody needs a green screen, Greg.
I do.
You do not need a green screen. Nobody likes green screen. We don't need to see a video of you in front of a fake meadow, walking along a fake stream.
Those aren't fake, Matt. I really am out of them.
Okay.
But what if I want to travel to Beijing? Or I want to try and travel to Rio, or if I want to travel to New York or San Francisco. Stop saying no. You're such a hater. No. You always crush all my dreams. Crush all my dreams.
Social media is about being authentic, is it not, Greg?
Bullshit.
Authentic.
That's like saying reality TV is real.
Nobody believes that, though.
Anyway. Yeah, Matt and I are joking, but yeah, social media is about being authentic. Be you. Like Matt and I are ourselves on this show. Be you. Don't put on a persona, because guess what? They're going to smell the bullshit as soon as you get out of your car or walk through the front door. Own who you are, live it, love it, own it, and enjoy it, guys.
That's right. All right, with that, let's do some final shout-outs, and then we'll send this puppy home.
Yeah, man, let's do it.
Cool. All right, so just a quick thank you once again to Viral Marketing for making podcasts and hangouts like these happen. And you can check them out at getviral.com. And then Equity with 2 Qs, online buyer lead generation. It's great for solo agents or small groups of agents within one brokerage, because it spreads out and reduces your cost. So very, very affordable. Smaller number, higher quality buyer leads. So reach out to Greg. And so on Friday's show, we've got a special guest, Trey Willard. He's an agent out of Baton Rouge that you connected with. I think he's also connected with, he might have come through one of Jeff Cohn's workshops as well. Mm-hmm. And so good guy. We're going to talk to him and interview him on his success. And then, Greg, how do people take the McDaniel Challenge and talk to you for an evening so you don't suffer through the ignobility, the horror, the drudgery of spending a night alone. Hashtag don't let Greg spend a night alone.
The rejection, Matt. The rejection is the silence, the cold silence of no voice.
If there were crickets in the Bay Area, there'd be crickets.
Yeah, or small violins playing because I'm having the smallest pity party on earth. So get a hold of me, 925-915-1978. Again, 925-915-1978. I swear to God, you guys have been watching this show. You probably regurgitate my number when someone asks for your cell phone because you hear it so much. And so my question to you is, why the have you not picked up the phone and called me? Get a hold of me. Let's do this, guys. I'm dead serious, man. I really want to spend time with you guys. I really, 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 really do. So make it happen, Captain, and just do it. Let's spend. If you are doing something where you cannot type in a number or remember it, McDanielChallenge.com. Go there. We can get a time booked for you onto the show, or just go back and re-listen to these wonderful podcasts and pick up my phone number again. Anything that you really want.
That's right. Over at McDanielChallenge.com. So take advantage of it. Don't let Greg spend a night alone. It would be horrible, and then I have to hear all about it the next day. So at the very least, take pity on me, so that I don't have to hear Greg's whining, and don't let Greg spend a night alone.
And crying. Oh, it's horrible. Okay. Oh yeah, Jason Bates just jumped on Blab. That's the guy I was talking about of Arizona. You just got notified about it. Okay. Side note, moving forward.
All right, guys. Well, we will be back here on Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific, so hopefully you can join us then. If not, keep on listening. Subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on iTunes and Stitcher if you prefer the audio version, and we will see you guys then.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. We do it for you. We love you. Keep listening. Spread it to a friend. We are not marketing this thing at all. We're just doing it through the word of mouth, and we appreciate every one of you, and we do it for you. So thank you.
That's right, guys. Thanks again, guys. We'll take care.
Bye.